Hello, friends. Welcome back, and hope you're having a great day. Hope your week is going so far, and things are going well as you pivot towards the weekend. Today's good stuff is all about being intentional and intentionality. Intentionality pays. It's a great thing, being intentional. And I'd like to unpack that a little bit. But first, let's be clear about our working definition. Intentionality is the idea uh, the idea of being purposeful and intentional and deliberate. Um, it's you get all your actions, your resources, your plans, your words. All of that is intentionally going, deliberately going towards something. It's a big deal. Intentionality is such a big deal. Here's a few examples. Like the physicians are very intentional and deliberate about diagnostics. They look at the labs, they look at the imagery, they check family history, they look at all that. That's their step-by-step process, trying to rule out wrong diagnoses to find the right one. The engineers, they go through a very deliberate step-by-step process of designing and testing and building and then testing again before they turn it over to the customer. Chefs, they're very deliberate, they're very intentional, right? They collect the ingredients, they check the ingredients for quality, they get their tools, they preheat the oven, they put the dry ingredients and then the wet ingredients. Very intentional. This is intentionality, it's purposefulness. And it's great. Intentionality is such a helpful thing. It protects and it pays. And it's possible. See, you just purposely move, you purposely say, you purposely do towards the outcomes you're hoping for. All kinds of cool benefits. Let me spotlight a couple. One, it allows you to leverage the law of sowing and reaping. When we are intentional about how we build relationships and how we use our words with people and build our families, and when we do things intentionally and deliberately, we get it back. We get it back. See, sowing and reaping is an incontrovertible law. Scriptures are clear. The evidence of life is clear. The only exception to this rule is God graciously mitigates the destructiveness of our negative sowing. Otherwise, if you put it in the ground, it's coming back. If you put it in the stream, it cycles back. And so when we sow what is healthy and positive and kind, we eventually find it, eventually get it back. Maybe not immediately, but eventually it comes back. And in this way, we're sheltering ourselves from the negative, the wrong stuff coming back to us. It doesn't mean we don't encounter negative things. It just means we don't reap them. And we'll get negative things, fallout of other people's behaviors, attitudes along the way. But we can leave the ugly with its origin source. And we don't have to pick it up. We don't have to carry it along with us. Being exposed to negativity and unhealthy things isn't the same as being contaminated or infected by it. We are always invited to let ugly flow past us, bypass us. And even better, we're invited to respond with grace and thus being God's agents in the moment and then turning ourselves back to our purpose and our intent and our plan. So sowing and reaping, this intentionality, it pays great dividends. It protects us from negative things. Probably the best advantage is that intentionality goes a long way to ensure we end the day with a clear conscience. And there are few things better than going to bed at night with a clear conscience. The Apostle Paul explained the relationship between intentionality and conscience in 1 Corinthians 1 and 12. He said, "For our boast is this, the testimony of our conscience. We behaved in the world with simplicity and godly sincerity, not by earthly wisdom, but by the grace of God, and supremely so towards you." John the Beloved encapsulated the value, the advantage of intentionality in 1 John 3, when he said, "We know that we are of truth and reassure our hearts before God through a clear conscience, where nothing about our behavior condemns us. And if our heart does not condemn us, we have confidence towards God and know that whatever we ask of him, we will receive." There's incredible power, incredible value and being intentional, being purposeful with what we do. So, dear friends, please be intentional with your words and your actions. Be intentional about your use of time and your resources. Be intentional about everything. Have a plan, have a purpose, and make sure it all aligns with those hopeful outcomes. Protect yourself, reap well. Have a great day otherwise. See you next time.